Bob Earley here, and he's going to fill us in on the latest season, maybe give us a little background on Rockin' on the River and some information on what's coming up.
Whatever you need, my friend.
Okay,
whatever
well,
you want. So,
what year is this for Rockin' on the
28.
River? 28.
We're 28 years old.
Uh-huh.
But I got to tell you a funny story real quickly.
Okay.
A lady called me the other day, and I want to make sure I don't screw this up. She was at Rockin' on the River in 1986 as a child. She was with her mother and her grandmother. Now she's going to be, her mother and grandmother are all I know is 5 generations of one family will be there opening night next Friday.
Oh, wow.
She's, you know, I mean, it's just amazing. So when you think about it, think of the couples that got married there, that met there, and it's more of an institution than anything. That's all. So I mean, I just thought that was sort of neat. You know, the one dilemma we face a little bit, Steve, is trying to get. You can't be all things to all people. And Rockin' on the River naturally means rock and roll music.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of people who haven't been there in a while will always say, well, that's a drunken fest. Well, it's just the opposite, quite frankly. Our average customer is probably 60. So, you know, we've got to figure out a way as we go forward to young it up a little bit. And so this year we brought a lot more bands in from the 80s. For example, we have been, for the last 7-8 years, people have tried to get us to find a Rush band. But we won't bring in a tribute band unless they're the best in the country.
Oh, okay.
It can't be, it's broken my glass. It can't be some local band, it has to be the best. So this year I found a Rush band. We got the best Metallica band in the country, and I don't even like Metallica. But we got them coming this year. We got Battery, a U2 band. So we've got about 7 new headliners and about 9 new openers. So we've really tried to change it up a little bit. And of course, we still have Zozo, and we still have 7 Bridges, and the AC/DC band opening up. They'll be back. Interesting band out of New York City on August the 1st. An all-girl Motley Crue band.
I saw that on the schedule. Girls, girls, girls.
Girls, girls, girls. And the funny thing is, they look a little wild. I mean, with all their leather, all that. But the one girl is actually a federal attorney.
Oh, wow.
Federal prosecutor or something. So it's really funny how they have a different life. So we're really looking forward to 2 new food vendors to add to the mix, which I thought I'd tell you. We still have the same old group. Chick-fil-A will be there, and Master's Pizza and all that. But Bueller's Markets will be there to do all of our pork products and some smoked things, and then Swenson's, which I am really ecstatic and proud of being able to say. But they won't start until July 1st because they're doing all of the graduation parties and all that stuff. But Swenson's will be in there for the last, I think, 8 events of the year.
Okay. And what are the times for the Friday night concert?
We're open at 5.
Okay.
We're going to close at 11 this year, as opposed to 11:30.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's probably a good idea. I mean, the city wanted to, you know, in case there's anybody, it's just a good time to end it.
Yeah, yeah.
So they beat my brains in and tied my hands behind my back, and what am I going to do? But it's 5 to 11.
Any cost involved with this? These are free, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Do you want to talk about that?
It really is interesting because we've been there 12 years now.
Okay.
And over the last 5 years, every city's trying to copy what Cuyahoga Falls has. And most of those cities call me. So, I mean, I know Twinsburg's now doing it, Medina's doing it, Hudson's doing it, Green's doing it. Everyone is trying to be what Cuyahoga Falls is. And so the battle is every year, how do we stay one step ahead? And I have to be frank with you, it's very, very tough anymore because there's a lot of competition for people's entertainment dollars. Like, we'll have people complain to us and say, well, why do you have that kind of a band? Well, it's free. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, don't go to Akron or go here or go there. It's okay, but a lot of these cities have started to charge for people to come in. We still don't charge. We have designated parking for motorcycles, but it is getting tougher. And you know, you can't make people drink, and it's not what we're trying to do. But that's the only way we can support the event. So we try to do the best we can do. I'll tell you, the city of Cuyahoga Falls is an extremely gracious host. I'm so ecstatic about the new mayor, which I finally got to meet and spend some time with. The new development director, and this one I will tell you, is one of the finest young women I've ever met. She's awesome, Diane.
Diane Sheridan. Yeah.
She is frigging awesome. And there is a change in City Hall. The mentality, and I'm not knocking anybody else because Don Robart's been my friend for 50 years, but there is a new life there and a new blood.
With Don Walters and his administration.
I have to say that. There is a new, especially with the administration, you know, and I think they've really done a great job. We have a police department that's the best there is. And I'm glad, even though I love Tom Pose, I'm glad Jack's in there now.
Yeah.
And it's the police department, quite frankly, if people were to say to me, what's the one concept that keeps Rockin' on the River better than everyone else? It's because we have a police department of all young, cool, hip kind of guys who come down there, and they're nothing like what people think. They're here to arrest you. They're not doing that. They love the event. They're getting paid extra duty. We're paying them, and they keep our event very, very family friendly. And I might also want to add, when Mayor Robart did the curfew a couple of years ago, it was the best thing that ever happened. That curfew has been brilliant.
Good.
Really, that's it. I mean, I just hope everybody comes down and they like it. And if not, send a letter to somebody else because I'm getting too damn old. I want to retire now.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.